Hey, my name is Oz. So I organized sex positive techno parties and play fights and went to a lot of sex positive events and helped holding space and co-create a little bit. I was participating in the Sensual Arts Facilitator training in May in Spain. I'm friends with Luna and Sanya on Facebook because I have been to some of their events and workshops before, and I was just following their content. And once they started talking about the training, I knew that's something that I'm interested in. I need to find out more. So I guess I was already organizing events, and I always had this, I'm not sure if anxiety is the right word, but like I was missing some braveness because I felt I'm not fully there yet. I'm missing bits and pieces, how to hold space, the professionality, how to communicate, what to do in those events. The business aspect, money mindset, was something that I knew I was struggling with before, and that was also part of the training, so I was looking forward to that as well. So since I've done the training, I feel much more confident, much more grounded. I'm not as scared anymore to do mistakes because those fields where I saw gaps in my knowledge, they have been either filled or I have learned how to fill them myself or how to deal with it without knowing it. And it gave me lots of braveness, lots of strength to improve my events. Also, I feel like they have a much more professional touch now. So I guess one of my biggest fears that I had before was, how do I deal when people start a process or a trauma is coming up or is triggered? How do I hold space for these people? How do I even see that they are in a process where they might need my support? And that has improved a lot. So I feel, especially the topic of trauma awareness is something that I feel much more confident, and that helps me to organize my events and hold space. I'm not sure if I was searching for solutions. It was more that I wanted to gain knowledge, but I wasn't in the process of searching. So this was more like a passive thing. I saw the training and I saw it could help me fill those gaps. Maybe some of the gaps I only realized during the training or even just before. One of the main reasons was I knew the work Sanya and Luna were doing, and I really appreciated that. I really liked their events. So that was one reason I want to learn from them. I trust them that this is really cool work. And yeah, I wanted to just professionalize and be more brave to do those events, get rid of my anxieties. I would have probably still run small events more in the private space, but I would not go out there and advertise and market and organize big events for multiple people. Would have probably not been as fast and as successful. And so I'm not as much of a spiritual person, and I was a bit scared that this would be too much into the direction of spirituality that I couldn't connect to. But the way that I was perceived in my personality and the way that I was open to perceive the other personalities and the other paths and visions, that felt really comforting and felt really good. and I got lots of inspiration by being open and by being able to receive. So I guess the length, taking a month off, was something that I was not sure if it's the right thing. On the other hand, I felt if that's what is offered, then that's the time it needs. Lots of my friends would say, hey, this is quite expensive, but that was never something that I would question, because I thought that's the worth. I will get the value out of it. What challenges did I face when doing the training? I guess there was some transformational process, some opening up, some old stories that came back to my mind that I was able to dissolve during the training, and that was not always the easiest or like most comfortable situations, but with all transformational processes, with all learnings, there's always like these steps that don't feel too comfortable, but if you want to continue, then you just do them. So I can't say that there was this one uncomfortable thing. I felt so supported. So when I had some issues or some thoughts on my mind, I could always go up to anyone of the team to say, hey, I need a moment, I need a hug, or I need to have 20 minutes with you to have a chat. And then I was offered time. We would usually not do it in that moment, but would say, hey, this afternoon would be cool. And then I would, for example, I remember a really nice chat with Tristan. But also the group itself was very nice to support each other. So also the other participants were always there for me when I needed them, or someone once approached me, hey, you seem like you're in a process, do you need any support? And that was really, really beautiful.
It's so beautiful seeing it come to life.
So as I mentioned earlier, I became much more brave. Like these anxieties, hey, there might be some trauma triggered or something while I organize events. That is something that completely dissolved. And also, for example, organizing my assistants, my helpers, my team during an event, that is so much more professional than it was before. And also doing the marketing, doing the financing of my events is something that really upped on the ladder of professionality a lot. And the feedback that I get for my events is very, very nice. People really do enjoy it. People tell me, hey, this is so professional what you do, and it's so nice, and you do it with so much softness that people can actually drop into my events. I'm not sure, like it's hard to say if it was impossible without. But I got the feedback on one of my events of a friend that we were chatting after my event, and he said one thing that he really appreciated, nobody questioned or asked about his sexuality. That was really nice. So we create a space for human beings. That was really nice. But on the other hand, he also told me, hey, you created a space where I felt comfortable to leave my comfort zone. And I had a really nice experience outside of my comfort zone. And it was really nice to come back, and I felt held and I felt safe to do that. And I think that's definitely something that, the training helped me to create those spaces. I guess the community building during the training was really nice that I didn't think about. I'm now still in contact with all the participants, with all the trainers, and I think also good friendships have started in the community. And when I organize an event now, I can reach out to the others and ask, hey, I have planned this, what do you think about this? So we have this community of giving feedback and supporting each other, and that's something that I didn't expect. In my feelings towards my events, are very calm, very smooth. I feel very much prepared. I feel like there's lots of, on my side, it feels like lots of professional behaviors. It starts with marketing events, organizing events, setting run sheets, running the events, holding space, being able to guide people through their process, and then also closing it off, sending aftercare emails and stuff like this. So there's like so many things that it's really hard to pick out one. So since the training, I have co-facilitated in some conscious play temples. I have been assisting at the Sensual Arts Retreat. I have run my own events, 8 hours facilitation with 60 participants. That was really smooth, where everything went according to my planning. And I guess the planning was very detailed, as I learned in Spain how to do that. And I've done multiple smaller workshops as well, like a 5 senses ritual, where I gave space and permission for people for just 1.5 hours, which sounds very short and very small, but can still have a nice and big impact. The 3 things that I love about the training. So one thing is definitely the way of seeing this whole thing as a business and not only as a hobby, or not only something that I like to do, but like having an idea about marketing, being brave to ask for money. I was really good at really bad at the money mindset before the training, and that has improved a lot. So seeing this whole thing as a business is something that has really big, or had really big impact on me. I guess the whole holding space, being trauma aware, reading people is something that is really, really important to me now, that gives me the braveness to organize events like that. And the third is probably the tool set, like the extensive set of exercises and temple ideas. This book where I can just open it, go through the ideas. When I plan an event, I can copy and paste ideas and start creating and preparing events. That's really, really, really helpful. So I really love the community. I love the vibe. From day one, I felt very comfortable. It gave me a really nice surrounding to learn in, to develop, to grow. And the community, the vibes, the theoretical input, while at the same time practicing. So the mixture of theory and doing the workshops ourselves was really nice. Bliss. It was just a very, very, it sounds so dramatic, but a life-changing experience. It helped me in so many ways. It helped me create more events. I had definitely also some transformative process where I could develop myself, my personality, and yeah, bringing out more sensuality, more sexuality, more love to the world is something that I feel ready to do now. What surprised me most about the training? I guess I didn't expect it to be so deep and so, yeah. I mean, I was hoping it to be helpful and to be supportive, but the whole process, the whole 4 weeks, they went over so quickly, and I didn't expect it to be so intense, I guess. I tried not to have expectations before, so it's hard to say what exceeded them. I was hoping to learn a lot, to gain a lot of experience and knowledge. And I guess that was far beyond what I could imagine. The amount, the input, it was like opening up your brain, putting a funnel in and just dumping all the stuff in. So yeah, it's also really nice to have the head clear to focus on what's coming, because it is a lot. During week 3, I had a hard time remembering what was done in week 1 because it was just so much.
Your honor, your love, your eros.
Do it. If you are considering, then you're already on the path, and then this training is probably for you. I felt drawn to it, and I can say that it was definitely a good choice to do it. I'm so motivated to do things. Almost like when I left Spain, I was full of energy and wanting to do too much than I could. So taking it slow also was a good thing after the training, but I have done multiple events now, and I'm really happy that I made this decision. And also friends who didn't understand what I was doing, I didn't listen to them, and now they are amazed by the events that I organize. I think for me, it was a good decision not to do the training and then expect to be a facilitator full on and financing my life with it, but to still have my source of income that I had before, and then slowly adding more events and more events to grow and learn with that myself. And also participating, or let's say co-facilitating other events. So I don't have the full responsibility in the beginning, but I can still add and contribute, and grow and learn after the training is something that really helps me on my path, and that yeah, I'm doing it, and I love doing it, and I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the future, what will come. All the love to my friends out there. All so this community of the Sensual Arts Facilitators, big hearts out to my new friends, my new loved ones all over this world.